seem like such a nice person. I'd love to hear more about you.
Zeg voor je een horse
It's for
kost.
sale if you got the coin.
1000. Cheap.
Didn't think you had the coin for it anyway. My pa used to say, there ain't no use worrying about the things you can't change. If it's my fate to be ended by a dragon, so be it. Meantime, I'll live my life the way I want to.
Oh. Ik hoop dat je lekker
Sometimes
geniet
the
van je
difference
leven.
between life and death is a swift steep.
Hallo?
Need a ride?
Nope.
Good day.
Hier naar de stad. Hier is nog een huisje. Dat is de ingang. Zie je dat? Ik heb denk de ingang overgeslagen. Hier omhoog. Nou, dan gaan we eens even naar de nieuwe stad. Kom, rennen! Eens kijken hoe lang ik kan blijven rennen. Ik word tegengehouden of zoiets. Hallo! Nou, nog niemand die me tegen komt houden. Wedden, als ik door de deur ga, dat Lydia bij me staat. Oké. Windhelm ben ik nu. Wat voor stad zou deze zijn? Oh ja, ik ben level op. Niet gezien. Had ik niet opgelet.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
But we haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight, little spy. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
Kan ik je
Do
helpen?
you hate the Dark Elves? Are you here to bully us and tell us to leave?
No.
You've come to the wrong city then. Windhelm's a haven of prejudice and narrow thinking, unworthy of one such as you. Nothing new there. Most of the Nords living in Windhelm don't care much for us, but Rolf is the worst by far. He likes to get drunk and walk around the Grey Quarter yelling insults at us in the small hours of the morning. Oh, a real charmer, that one. Some of these Nords will come up with any excuse to despise us. And it isn't just the Dark Elves they hate. They make a target of the Argonians as well. In fact, just about anyone who isn't a Nord is fair game for their bullying.
Dat is niet lief. Ik wou het ook kan helpen. Ja, Lydia is hier. Oh ja, ik ben level up. Maar ik wil die bij 200 hebben. Eens kijken. Speech. Doe ik niet. Lockpick. Sneak. Sneak. Nee. Hier doen we hier wel zijn punt in. Hoe doet dit? More damage. Een beetje een boog stoppen. Oké, eens een beetje de stad gaan verkennen hier. Daar een beetje krap uit wel. Eens een beetje met de locals gaan praten. Eens kijken wat hier allemaal aan de hand is.
Then it's true, what everyone is saying. That Aventus Aretino is doing the Black Sacrament, trying to summon the Dark Brotherhood?
Oh, Grimvar. Always with the nonsense. No, no, of course not. Those are just tales.
Fine, then I'll invite him out to play. He lives right there. I'm going to knock on his door.
No, child, wait! That boy, that house, they are cursed.
Ha! Then I'm right. I knew it. He's trying to have somebody killed.
All right, I won't deny it, child. What you heard is true. But Aventus Aretino walks a dark path. His actions can lead only to ruin. Now, enough. We will speak no more of this. I am the only friend you need. I try to keep Grimvar safe, but these are dangerous times. Yes, it is quite sad. A young boy, Aventus Aretino, lost his mother recently and was sent to an orphanage. but he has returned home, and people have heard strange chanting. They say it's the Black Sacrament, the ritual to contact the Dark Brotherhood. Why a little boy would want to contact a group of murderers is beyond me. But he is inviting evil into this city. Until next time.
Oké. Dat is de Dark Brotherhood is hier misschien. Iemand had me gewaarschuwd dat ik voor iemand moet oppassen. Alleen ben ik zijn naam even kwijt. Ja, hier is iemand. Hallo.
Spare a coin for an old woman, my lord.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Huh.
Up to no good, are we? I'll teach you, but it'll cost you.
Dus een zwerver wat pikpakken doet leren, oké. Nee, dank
The
je.
divine smile on a charitable soul.
Verder rondkijken. Zijn hier eigenlijk geen winkels of zo? Dus ik ga ook naar op zoek. Hier is nog iemand. Hallo.
After what happened to those other women, I'm worried about my own safety.
Oké. En jij, heb jij iets voor me?
The townsfolk call me captain because I used to be a sailor. If you're looking to pass the time, you can give Calixto a few septims and gawk at whatever oddity he's come across lately. If you're in need of goods, there's a market. If it's a soft bed and a hot meal you're after, there's Candlehearth Hall. Terrible shame that. Seems we have a killer on the loose here in Windhelm. He's claimed 3 victims that I know of, though maybe there's more that haven't been found yet. All lovely ladies too. Let's hope the gods find that demon soon and introduce him to the headman's axe.
Oké, dus er is een moordenaar in de stad.
Well, nothing. At least not anymore. Folk just call me that because of what I used to do. I was a sailor for many a year. I made my coin as a trader, and in time, I bought my own ship. When I retired here in Windhelm, most folk already knew me as Captain Lonelygale, and the name just stuck.
Oké.
There's an author named Adonato staying at the inn. He's published a few works of historical fiction. The clans Shattershield and Cruelsea see most of the gold that passes through the city. And obviously you have Ulfric, the Jarl and future High King. Oh, and that busybody Viola Giordano. She's got her nose in everyone's business, which I guess is one way of being prominent.
Dank je.
Fair winds and calm seas.
En jou?
I've been a bit out of sorts since our daughter was taken from us.
Oké, dus zij is een dochter kwijtgeraakt. Dus is hier een moordenaar. Eens kijken of ik hier... hier is de winkel. Oké, dan weet ik dat tenminste. Hier is de marketplace. Dat is de alchemy. Oké, dan weet ik waar de winkel is.
I lost my twin sister a while back. Have you ever lost anyone close?
Hier, hier is de begraafplaats. Oké. Zoveel te doen, zoveel te ontdekken. Hier staat jongetje.
Do you know my father? His name is Torsten Cruelsea. He's really rich, because he owns a farm called Hollyfrost. He told me once that he wanted me to grow up and be a sailor, because that's where all our family names come from. But I don't want to be a sailor or a farmer. I want to be a warrior! The strongest one ever!
Oké, dan heb je flink wat training nodig, jong. Weet je wat, ik ga even zoals normaal dingen doen, spullen verkopen en zo. Dan ga ik een van de huizen naar binnen even, of nee, ga ik naar waar de koning normaal zit. Kijken of ik daar een quest kan krijgen. Dus ik zie jullie zo als ik dit allemaal heb gedaan.
Everyone says, of course I am. What do I look like, a tavern wench? Don't let my words cut you too deep. I've just been working the forge too hard, trying to set this sword right. Jarl wants it to look like an ancient blade. High Queen Fridis ruled over Windhelm in the Second Era, and her sword was legendary. Getting the real sword would be even better than making a copy, but no one wants to risk getting it from its resting place. If you find that sword, traveler, I'd be grateful.
Ja, nog een quest erbij.
I don't see these troubles as business. This is a labor to bring Ulfric his rightful glory. Shore's bones. I might just have to. Every bit as sharp as what you'll find in Whiterun. I respect Jorland, but if that makes any sense.
Oké, ik heb tenminste een nieuwe quest. Nu ga ik even wat craften.
I'll be fine.
Master, you're far too old for this sort of journey. We don't know what's inside.
I can... just...
You see, you're not well. Have a seat, and I'll fetch you some tonic.
Oh, if there was a tonic that could help me, I would have found it by now.
My master can be a bit short-tempered, but I've learned so much from him. Are you kidding? I came all the way from Cyrodiil just to work with him. He's not the best teacher, but just watching him, I've learned so much.
If that's what you're here to do.
Until next time.
I'm so close to the answer. Just a man's life work is all. I finally derived the location of the White Phial, but this doting busybody won't let me get it.
Ik kan het voor je halen.
You would do that? It's good to know there are some people out there who are willing to help an old man. It's buried with its maker, Corral Mill, in a long-forsaken cave to the west of here. Corral Mill was a crafty one, even in death. You would need the skills of a master alchemist to reach his resting place. Luckily for you, I've already made the mixture. Here, take it. Please, don't dally. I've wasted enough time arguing with my useless assistant here.
Oké, doe dat even voor je. Wat heb je?
Ah, so you're an alchemist then.
Yep, ik ga even dit doen en dan zie ik jullie wel weer. Dan ga ik hem helpen. Ga ik die quest doen. Ja, tot zo.
He's going to stop him. Me? No point. Hail, companion.
Oké.
Algrove won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful statement, don't you think?
So we're ready to start this war in earnest then?
Soon.
I still say you should take them all out like you did dead King Torrig.
Torrig was merely a message to the other Jarls. Whoever we replace them with will need the support of our armies.
We're ready when you are.
Things hinge on Whiterun. If we can take the city without bloodshed, all the better. But if not...
The people are behind you.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
Then let them die with their false kings.
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom. But people are still weighing things in their hearts.
What's left of Skyrim to wager?
They have families to think of.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? We are their families.
Well put, friend. Tell me, Galmar, why do you fight for me?
I'd follow you into the depths of oblivion. You know that.
Yes, but why do you fight? If not for me, what then?
I'll die before elves dictate the fates of men. Are we not one in this?
I fight for the men I've held in my arms, dying on foreign soil.
I fight for their wives and children whose names I heard whispered in their last breath. I fight for we few who did come home, only to find our country full of strangers wearing familiar faces. I fight for my people, impoverished to pay the debts of an empire too weak to rule them, yet brands them criminals for wanting to rule themselves. I fight so that all the fighting I've already done hasn't been for nothing. I fight because I must.
Your words give voice to what we all feel, Ulfric. And that's why you will be High King. But the day words are enough will be the day when soldiers like us are no longer needed.
I would gladly retire from the world, were such a day to dawn.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan.
Oké, dat was een lange speech.
Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you? Is that so? Ah, yes. You were with us at Helgen. Destined for the chopping block, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Railof's alive. I hope that's true. He's a damn good man, but he hasn't returned yet. So I'll need to wait for his account. For now, speak with Galmar. I'm always looking for able fighters. Not everyone can say they made it out of Helgen. Seems we're all branded villains these days. So long as your criminal past stays in the past, and you fight for me with honor and integrity, we'll welcome you into our ranks.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan.
Oké, dat heb je al gezegd. Dus hier zijn dus de Stormcloaks, kan ik hier gaan joinen. Maar ik weet nog niet zo zeker of ik ze wil gaan joinen. Misschien weten jullie welke ik bedoel. Moet ik de Imperials of de Stormcloaks gaan joinen? Welke is de beste? Maar dat wil ik graag weten. Ik heb geen flauw idee. Want eerlijk gezegd zijn ze ook een beetje racistisch. Voordat ze nu nog niet eens Dark Elves en zo binnenlaten en er tegen zijn. Het zijn ook mensen in mijn ogen.
It's good to spend some time on solid land.
Oké. Maar dat is mijn mening.
If the guards would listen to Viola, they'd have caught the butcher by now.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
Eens kijken, die kant hebben we dan eigenlijk nog niet bekeken. Of er ergens nog een inn is, moet ik nog zoeken. Nou, ik zie wel zo als ik de inn heb gevonden. Tot zo. Ik denk dat ik de inn heb gevonden. Nee, dit is een shop, denk ik. Yep, dit is dicht. Wat is dit?
I have a lot of respect for Ambaris Frandar. But I'm a dark elf and I live in Windhelm, so yes, I live in the Grey Quarter. You must be new around here, or you'd know they don't let my kind live anywhere outside that slum. Take care, friend.
Oké, dus is een plek. Kan ik hier naar binnen? Ja. Eens kijken wat hier binnen is.
I thought the Grey Quarter would be a haven for my kind.
I
was
travel
wrong.
more, but who wants to deal with all the soldiers these days?
Hello?
If you're looking to get a drink, Candlehearth Hall's got warm fires and strong ale.
Wat heb jij?
All my goods are legitimate, which is more than I can say for some. I like to share my good fortune with those who deserve it.
Oké. Zij wil niet met me praten.
Need something?
En jij?
How splendid. Another Nord. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Oh, nog een bounty.
My...
None of that matters to me. Until someone takes a Dunmer, I'll let Windhelm deal with its own
I'm always
problems.
amazed at how you manage to sell things so cheaply.
Where else would we be?
Finding the right suppliers.
When the Red Mountain burned, you could scarcely breathe in Morrowind. So we came west. Windhelm is the first city on that
Many of
road.
the people I deal
And
with
here we are.
Secretive.
If we had known the Nords would be so unwelcoming, we may have kept
I
walking.
understand completely. You just put us in a room and I
Well,
do all
you see where we have to live. This forgotten alley. All the filth from the upper quarters flows downhill, like they say. Good luck getting one of the guards to help with anything. I tried to get Ulfric to even come down here to see the squalor, but the High Lord of his mightiness couldn't find the time. Well, you see where we have to live. This forgotten alley. All the filth from the upper quarters flows downhill, like they say. Good luck getting one of the guards. I tried to get Ulfric to even come down here to see the
I'd
squalor,
travel more,
but
but
the
who
High
wants to
Lord
deal
of
with
his
all the
mightiness
soldiers
couldn't
these
I
find the
thought the
time.
Grey Quarter would be a haven for... Not a day goes by that I don't think about returning to the ancestral home of my people. Still, even with the rough treatment we've had at the hands of Ulfric and his lot, I've got ties here. It's probably more trouble to pack up and leave than it is to stay. Besides, Amberus can't run the Corner Club on his own. Windhelm is divided into 4 quarters. The Grey Quarter is the one that's home to all the city's dark elves. If it looks to you like an impoverished slum, that's because it is. Ulfric prefers that we live in squalor. He has nothing but disdain for anyone who isn't a Nord. He tolerates us, but that's the extent of his hospitality. It was a pleasure.
I'll be right here.
Nou, hier is nog iemand.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you.
Oké, daar heb ik al gepraat. Er is helemaal niemand hier. Maar ik vind dat ik wel genoeg gepraat heb. Ik wil wat actie.
If you're looking...
Ga aan de kant.
Yes?
Daar heb ik ook al gepraat, dus...
You need anything, come see me. I'm as resourceful as I am discreet.
Ik ga weer naar buiten. En welke quest zou ik gaan doen? Deze. Die niet. Ik ga deze doen. En waar is het? Ah. Best wel een stuk. Ik kom denk ik ook wat dingen tussendoor tegen. Het is tijd voor wat te vechten. Genoeg gepraat gehad. Tijd voor actie. Die duurt niet. Even door die dunne steegjes. Hallo.
The Imperials think us all lawless beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance.
Of wat ik misschien ook kan doen. Ik weet niet of ik eigenlijk allebei kan joinen. Ik weet niet of ik allebei de Imperials en de Stormcloaks kan joinen. Nee, denk ik niet. Wat ik misschien kan doen is eens een keertje eerst eentje doen. Die laten zien. En daarna de andere. Zo kan ik het ook eigenlijk doen. Maar dan is dan van een bepaald savepunt helemaal teruggaan. En dan alles wat ik dan in die quest heb gekregen als ik zeg maar de Imperials join, ben ik dan kwijt. En zo ook omgedraaid met de Stormcloaks. Dus met welke moet ik eigenlijk beginnen dan? Laat me dat eens weten. Nou, ik ga eens een paard kopen. Hoeveel geld heb ik eigenlijk? 2000, dat kost 1000. Nee, ik kan net zo goed lopen. Hallo, daar loopt iemand.
The best way for us to win the Nord's respect is through hard work.
Oké, dat is een NPC. Wacht, laten we eens even... Deze. Zo hebben we wat licht. Die daar naartoe. Vast mis. En weg. Tijd om te rennen. Oeh, dat is een grote groep. Wat is hier aan de hand? Hallo. Hopelijk zijn jullie vriendelijk.
Yes?
NPC.
Bandits harass the caravans at every step, but Khajiit usually scare them off. A few days ago we were ambushed. A nuisance, really. But many of the marauders had quick fingers. One of them stole my moon amulet, given to me by my mother when I was just a cub. It is my only memory of home in this cold land.
Is dat een draak? Ik zie niks. We hebben weer een draakgevecht. Whoops. Kom, draak naar beneden. Oké, hij is beneden. Toch liever met de mees. En flaming staff. Ja. Jesus Christ. Auw. De pijl je nek. Hou op met dat te schieten. Hier, lam. Oh shit, hij is op. Ik denk al, waarom kan je niet schieten? Ik moet hem even vullen. T. Nog eens T. Oh, nevermind, hij is vol. Kom naar beneden. Down. Hij doet me nou eens damage. Ah. En hij is dood. Het is wel flink wat makkelijker die draken geworden. Ligt het niet aan mij of ben ik sterker geworden? Ik dacht dat het moeilijker zou zijn. Give me your soul. Wat heb je voor me? 3 bones, 1 scale coin en pijlen. Dankjewel. Oké. Met jou was het praten.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Speechcraft training. Nee, dank je.
In all my years,
Waar gaan ze naartoe?
I've never seen such a thing. Khajiit is ready for any trouble. Yes, I was hired to protect the others as we walk the roads of Skyrim. It is a thankless task, and I would rather be back home in elsewhere, but I have little choice. Akari freed me from a prison in Cyrodiil, and now I must repay my debt to him. A word of advice, my friend. Do not mix gambling and drink. Taken together, they will empty your pockets of every septim. Skyrim is filled with all manner of dangerous beasts. Wolves, trolls, mammoths, and giants would all like to make a meal of us. But the dragons are the most fearsome. Lucky for us, they don't seem to hunt along the roads.
No?
I never would have believed it if I had not seen it with my
Dat ben jij te zeggen.
Come and see what is for sale, traveler. I never would have believed it. If I hadn't seen it, take a look.
Eens kijken wat zij die Algonians hebben. Te koop. Absorb HP. 15. Eens kijken. Armor. Lockpicking. Potions. More potions, food, ingredients. Hebben ze lockpicks? Ja. 6. Nee. Wat de hel? Is ik hem bevroren of zo? Oh nee, hier. Denk al. Yes. Haha, lekker veel lockpicks. De Engels hoef ik niet en zo, die kan ik zelf verzamelen. En dat is gewoon informatie.
Until our years, I've never seen such a thing.
Oké.